And in Parshas Vayeshev is written, "V'lo yizochar Sar HaMashke es Yosef ve'yishkacheu." So Rashi says, the international sentence, Ashrei HaGever asher som Hashem miftachoi v'lo yifone l'rohovim v'shotei chazov. This is Yosef. B'glal she'omar l'Sar HaMashke zecher tizkereni nitoysev lo shtei shonim. Yosef was on the madrega, on the pedestal, that he should believe in God. Naturally, every person would ask, help me to get out if I was instrumental to do you a favor. When the Sar HaMashke and the Sar HaOifer were given into prison, their judgment was Vayiksev Paroi al Shnei Sariso, al Sar HaMashke ve'al Sar HaOifer. And we know that every place where it's written Vayiksev is Loshen Misa. It's a death penalty. Like we see by Vashti, Vayiksev HaMelech v'chamoisei boar boy by Vashti. So the Gemara says Vayiksev is he killed her. And now that they had two dreams, each one had a separate dream, and Sar HaMashke had a natural confidence to Yosef, and he told him the dream, and he defined it, changed his verdict from being killed to going back to his old job. So he made a change in the verdict and judgment what would have happened if he didn't decipher the dream. And Sar HaOifer says, Vayar Sar HaOifer kitoi posar. He didn't have any confidence in Yosef. The only reason he had confidence because kitoi posar. So maybe therefore Joseph deciphered the dream that he will hang. But if he would have had the same confidence, automatic, natural, like the Sar HaMashke, Yosef would have deciphered the dream to take him out of the death penalty and make him alive, that he would go back. The only reason why he deciphered that he should be hanged, because kitoi posa, he didn't have any confidence in Yosef. So Yosef asked the Sar HaMashke, I did you a favor, what you can't imagine. You were supposed to die in a death penalty. And I did your chesed. Remember me to Paroi, that I didn't do any sin. Ki im zacharti ito kashayitach loch. Vositya imodi chesed. When you should remember me to Paroi, and you should get me out of this dungeon. Because ki gunov genavti be'eretz ha'ivrim. And the minute that Sar HaMashke went out of the dungeon, v'lo yizochar Sar HaMashke es Yosef, boy b'yoyim, in the same day. I can't understand Yosef, that I saw from my experience, going through the journey of my life, that when you do a person one time a favor, and he doesn't have to come back to you to do you other favors, and it's not a continuation, only once in a lifetime, the person will forget what you have done for him. So how did Yosef ask the Sar HaMashke, even though he was responsible for his life and he was living only because of Yosef, that he should remember what I have done for you. Once he's out of the dungeon, once you go out of the person's frame of influence, everything is forgotten. But it's not only Mizocha Saramashki as Yosef, Vayishka, every person, when you do him once a favor, after that everything is forgotten. Because there's no gratefulness. Very singular people in the world have gratefulness for things that have been done once. Very, only Yechidei Zgula. But the natural universe of people always forget what you have done for them once. And being they don't have to come back to him and ask him for a second time. For a second time they will remember. But here was only once. So the Torah says, and after that he had the dream. Paro had the dream with the cows and the storks, and you needed someone to decipher. So this is what the Saramashke went and suggested to Paro, that there is a nar Ivri Eved. It was not because he remembered to do him a favor. He did it only because if he would be instrumental in finding the right solution and the right the definition of the dreams that Paro had, his life would become better because he recommended someone that deciphered the dream. But he didn't do it because Yosef asked him. And he belittled Yosef to such a degree that he said, this man is fantastic, even though he's not evidently. And he did it only because to better his position in Paro. But not because Yosef asked him to do him the favor to remember him to Paro. So it comes to teach you a lesson. When you do a person a favor, remember that favor by the recipient will always be forgotten. You'll never remember. Just like in Saramashke. Only Yechidei Zgula. The only way that not to be remembered when he has to come on a second time. Or but one time, everything is forgotten. V'lo yizochar Saramashke es Yosef vayishkecheyu. But me a pele that the Pasuk says, Ashrei hagever asher som Hashem yiftachoi v'lo yifon el rohov v'shot echozov ze Yosef. He should have known without a Pasuk that such a thing would happen and be forgotten.